smallest boy in the car. Come on. You're not allowed.
Yes, I am.
You're not allowed. No.
Since we got the van and stuff like that, the world is our oyster, you know, like the country, go anywhere.
You're forgetting that if you're going half of the country, that's actually could be a 12-hour day. And you have 3 hours up, you have an hour or two to set up, you have a 2 to 2.5 hour of a gig, you have half an hour to an hour to pack down and leave, and then 3 hours home. And it just all of a sudden becomes a very big ordeal for the sake you want to play 2.5 hours music.
I know I give out, sometimes I do give out about the driving, but like I get to see the country, and I love that role that I get to drive around and see the things and stuff and see this country that we have.
Owen Shelley has some very late nights driving home. We've gotten home at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning before for gigs, and we've left at 3 or 4 o'clock in the day.
It's just another day in the life. 5 simple steps we have to follow. Get over the slow.
Even when we're having bad days and stuff like that, it just takes a kind of a quick look at each other, or a turn, or someone to approach another person. Like I could be in bad humour going on stage, and you're in your head and you're just getting through the gig or whatever, but there'd be a moment where like Sean could come over to you and just like stand there looking at you, smiling, and you can't do nothing but only look at his big smiley head, and he just lifts you, and you just plough on, and then it just lifts you for the rest of the gig then. Which is when you bounce off each other, it's always a great feeling that you're not on stage on your own.
Oh, this is Strings and Things reporting live from London.
Look, a goose!
Look, it's a goose.
So like every time you get to go somewhere new, it's just like, well, this is where it's brought me. It's brought me to this place. It's brought me to this place. And it's just a nice feeling. It's like, what would I be doing other than this?
It's just another day.
European tour, the trip to France and the UK and back home. That happened with Pauline. She made connections with Mark Rosner of the Rise Up tour and Big Records.
One of the best weeks of my life. Unbelievable. It was more like a little holiday, I thought, when we were in France. It wasn't until we got to England that it felt like work. So we played 5 gigs over 7 days. That was fun. We met a couple of different people, and all very good musicians themselves, and we had a laugh. Drinking cans outside Buckingham Palace at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Playing Rebel tunes on the whistle outside Buckingham Palace at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, there was that too, yeah.
Being on the bus and like seeing someone pull out a guitar, and you're like, oh, I want to play too, and like you get your banjo, and you might never play with that person before, but they know a song that you know, and you sit down and you just play the song with them, and it worked, and you're like, whoa, cool, let's do another one.
Yeah, it was a good experience. Like, it gave us the taste of like touring, basically, just plane hopping, train hopping, bus hopping, car hopping. Do you know what I mean? Getting up early, barely sleeping, and barely eating.
We ate petrol station food, and we wasted all our money, and it was it was absolutely brilliant. It was very fun.
It's summed up. It's just like on the go the whole time.
We live together, we work together, we're in a band together. Our heads must be somewhat together at this stage.
Eat, sleep, pray.
Yep.